So guys, here we go. I've got an 80s Willy Wonka candy box that just came in. I brought out some other ones that we'll look at here in a minute. They always fall out everywhere. I'm going to have to rearrange it anyway. So let's get in here and see what came in today. The box, by the way, came in this condition, pretty raggedy. But this is a snack size Willy Wonka box that I needed. I started the first thing I started collecting Willy Wonka wise were these little snack boxes back in the day, and it's been one of my little side quests this whole time. Oh, there it is! I can see it. And every so often, it's gotten to be about once a year at this point. I'll see one that I need. And today it's this one. This one is very rare. I mean, it's taken me this long to find one, so there you go. Okay. Yeah, so this is going to be a 1989, what I consider a high school era Willy Wonka box. So I think I was in middle school, actually. But anyway, let's take a look. The seller had this listed for really high. Thankfully, they took an offer. It was still a lot of money. But here we go. These damn things are just so cute. So I brought out the other ones, and I'm just going to dump them out. They fall out of this anyway, unless they're properly taped. And let's just look at it, all these. Now, I do have more, I have more modern ones that are in another place. But let's take a look. This should be really fun. Since this is all that came in today, we'll look at some other stuff. Okay, so these are called Snack Nerds. You might remember these from Halloween, or just big bulk bags of these, and it's just a small size. And for whatever reason, they call them snack size. Anyway, this is an early one. Thankfully, they're really good at dating, and this one has a date of 84. Let's just pull out the 84s. Now, Willy Wonka Nerds, the copyright, if I'm not mistaken, goes back to 82. But they didn't start making, we'll organize this. They didn't start making the snack sizes, to my knowledge, until 84. Anyway, okay, the next one we'll look at is this one. These are very beautiful, by the way. Let me see if I can get better lighting. Hold on one second. Okay. And plus, I just need to settle down. Okay, so this is, am I too close? Okay. This is a strawberry from 89. Yeah, let's do this. We'll put 84s over here, and I'll get you a better look here at the end. Okay, damn, I already lost it. Okay, here we go. That's the 89. By the way, the one today that just came in is an 89 as well. I'll get you a date right here. Okay, the next up is a Christmas Gobstopper one from 91. It says it right. Somewhere in there. Okay. God, I love dates. Always date everything. Okay, next up. I wish I hadn't picked that one up. Okay, let's just do the old ones first. Okay, so this one is a wonderful example. Here's the deal. So nerds are notorious for staining, and they stain black, unfortunately. Well, actually, this one does have a little stain right there. But you'll see them sometimes. I've gotten them in when they were all black because the candy completely stained them 360 the box. Now, you can clean them, and I'll show you one that I restored that was completely black at one time. So my point is, as a collector, you always certainly want to find one from a collector who ate it back in the day and just flattened it. And this one's pretty much like that. Like there's just one stain, but look how beautiful that is. And this is the 84. So it's going to go with that. While we look at these, you'll notice logo changes throughout the years. Okay? But we'll look at that later. Let's just sort them first. Okay, the next one is this beautiful orange. And that's going to be at 89, which is today's. This is what I'm trying to go through. I could do this. Let me get a little head start here. Yeah, the 80s ones. You're just not going to beat the 80s one. I'll just go ahead and tell you. You'll see it for yourself. The 80s ones they're just more pretty than the other ones. Okay. Next up is this wonderful strawberry one. And that's going to be one of the first ones. That's the 84. Okay. Look at that. Highly collectible. These typically go in the $75 range up until around $150, depending on how rare the box is. Now, the regular size Nerds, you know, the big ones, the regular ones, that's a whole nother beast. I'm just talking about snack sizes, typically go in the 75 range up until about 150. Okay, that's an 89. Now, it looks like that's a double, but no, that's a grape and that's a strawberry. So, kind of look closely at some of these. Okay. Now, this one's interesting. It's much smaller. Let me just show you. So, this is a regular snack size, but look at the size difference. That's because this is a cereal premium. It came in a box of Nerd cereal. And these are super cool. This is a cherry cola. It's the only time I've ever seen a cherry cola anywhere for Nerds. But this is the cereal premium variant. But I'm gonna put it over here with the other 84s. Next up is this beauty. It's the cherry one, not strawberry. This is the cherry. So the little kids here are red. Yeah, that should be the 89. Okay, this is another one of the cereal premiums. So it's going to be the 84 cereal premium. Perfect condition. Sometimes what you'll see with these now, they're extremely rare, but every 4 years or so, you'll see someone list the cereal box with the two premiums. You'll have to wait about 4 years until another one pops up. But that's that's how I got these two, and I sold the cereal box because I don't collect cereal. I mean, I do have some cereal boxes, but I just had to, make my money back. The next one is an Easter Nerds. So freaking cute. This is going to be the 1990. Oh, sorry. This is a 1990. And I remember this was 91, so I guess something like that. All right, are we done with 80s? Okay, so let's go into the 90s. Actually, wait. Bro, I'm missing a bunch that are in a different spot now that I think about it. I don't even see all my Christmas ones. Okay, anyway, we'll work with this today. So this is going to be a 1992. I know this isn't Nerds, but these are all basically Willy Wonka snack sizes. Very cute, but that's going to be extremely rare 92 Gobstopper. That does not come on the market very much, if ever. Which one's earliest? It's this one, right? Okay, let's just start here. Okay, so this is going to be, notice the huge change. This is a 93. So we started here, super, super cute, engaging, tons of colors, and then in the 90s, still, this is high school era. I was actually in high school when this came out still. I didn't flunk or anything. I graduated on time. Okay, next one is a 91 Double Dip Nerds. Extremely rare as well. Now, this one had some staining. I don't know if you can see it. So this one's been restored by me. It looked way worse when I got it. If you look inside here, this is grungy, but for a Nerds box, that's nothing compared to how dark they get. I'm telling you, I've gotten these in black. Completely black, where you couldn't read anything, black. And you have to scoop them out, and I have a process for cleaning. Well, the process that you follow is the white cardboard process. And there's about 3 different routes you take with it as a paper conservator. Okay, anyway, this is the 91. I remember that Gobstopper was a 91. Is this taking too long? Sorry, we'll kind of speed it up. Let me just pull, it would help if I just pulled all the 90s real quick. And look, I found an 80 or something, or 90. All right, here we go. And I found another one of those. Okay. These are some slippery little bastards. Okay, here's another one of those that we saw. It's a Christmas. Oh, it's a Nerds, though, ain't it? Am I losing my mind? What's going on? That's a gobstopper. Okay. 92. Okay. I didn't even know I had that. So there's a gobstopper and a Nerds from the 92 candy line. Next up is a 93 regular grape. Okay, so you can put it right there, guys, where it goes with the 93 there. Next up, looks like a identical 93 grape until you get in there and realize it has a different mascot on it. And this is completely different. Sorry, so this might be early 2000s. And it's not even dated, so that's a new problem. All right, this little guy, really pretty. Wild Cherry from 93 goes over here. I think. Wait a minute, what's going on? Wait a minute, look at that. So this one's 93. I'm sorry. This one's 93 and this one's 93. This is the first time I realized. So we're in between logos. Isn't that cool? I still need to separate them. Oh, God. Wait, that's different, too. What's going on? Okay. So we're in between logos, obviously. But same year. It's the little pleasurable things like that keep me going. Next up is this one. Yeah, okay, so this is it. So when I got this, it was black, completely black, and someone just gave it to me. And so this is how clean you can get them if you know what you're doing. And you just follow, you'll have to, research it and practice, but you just use the white cardboard method of cleaning. But this is going to be the 91. And yeah, somewhere in there. Yep. Okay, these little guys, I skipped those accidentally. They're going to be the Valentine's Day, very relevant, right? Got Valentine's Day coming up, but these are going to be, this one's an 89. Okay, it goes there. This is an 89 as well. They just had two different colors in that wave there. Okay, and that leaves us with a bunch of these. Okay, well, this one looks pretty old. Yeah, 93. And so I'm not going to sort all these newer ones, but just for your information, I want to say this is from 2016. It's not even that old. I mean, it's coming up on a decade, but this is the Mystery Nerds. This is a early 2000s Spooky Nerds. Yeah, they stopped dating them, unfortunately. This is another example. It's a Spooky Nerds. Has that older 90s-ish logo. This one there. This one's pretty new. Fruit Punch, Spooky Nerds. Great design. These are pretty common, but these are over 20 years old. This is one of the rare times that I actually found vintage candy in my own house. My wife apparently had a sewing project that she did in the early 2000s. I think it was something for my daughter when she was born. And she had stuck some of these Nerds in her sewing kit. And I found them. It was pretty cool. Like, I had things in my own house there. This one might have a little age on it. This is going to be the Hopping Nerds. Unfortunately, not dated. But if you look at this logo here, right, it matches these early 90s to mid 90s logo. But then we saw this one, remember? This transitional one. So yeah, just adds a little mystery to collecting these. Okay, so this is 93. I just skipped it by accident. So 93 Valentine's Nerds. Off camera, but I'm putting it over here where it goes. This guy's a 2001. Now this one is this example because I pulled it out of that sewing bag. This one has that look, but I don't know, maybe mid 90s. Same with this one. This is going to be a Spooky Nerds mid 90s, undated. Well, here we go. We have a www.com, so it can't be that old, right? So it might be late 90s, early 2000s, somewhere. It'd be over here somewhere. And this guy's kind of in the same boat or so. All right, so just a quick review. We got this 1989 Gobstopper in, absolutely stunning. This will be flattened. It's already open. I'll just slice this. Just for your information, how I typically do this is I use a palette knife. This is just my tool that I use. And I'll just carefully stick it right up under that flap and then work my way out slowly. And that'll be it. But these are the designs. Just in conclusion, we started with the 84s here. A lot of people fondly remember the rainbow one. I personally don't know how many's in the 84 set. I'm talking about the snack nerd size set. I do know that these are the only two that they put in the cereal boxes, so that's complete. But I'm not sure how many makes a set of those. It does seem kind of weird that there's only 3. Usually there's like a even number. Look at these beautiful, beautiful 89s. Let me get you a better view of those. Let's look at those. Since today's was 89, let me just lay those out for you. You know, I think it actually, yeah, it was the 89s that really got me into collecting these. Because they're just so pretty. Look at that. Next up, we had this one random 1990 Easter. Then we went into these 91s. I think. Wait, what's going on? Hold on, guys. Okay, so these are 91s. These are 92s. I'm looking at these logos. But then they randomly switched to this in 93. And then they went, oh, fuck. Fuck, I'm sorry. God, I'm a fucking idiot. I'm sorry, this one goes here. Okay, this one goes here. Okay. And then they switched to this. Okay. Like I already knew that. I don't know. It just got lost in the process. All right, guys. Well, I'm just going to stop here. I hope you enjoyed that. I love these things. I just love like small, like little collectibles because you get more color that way, you know, typically. And they're just so collectible. And it's pretty satisfying how these go in just a regular trading card sleeve. They do slip out constantly. But I'll have to reorganize this and maybe I'll show you guys one day how they turn out. But hope to see you guys around. Hope you enjoyed that. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Russ Fan out. Let's get one more look at today's find. A 1989. That's over 30 years old. God. Gobstopper.